Michigan State came into the tournament as a 1 seed, having won the Big Ten and carrying a 28-6 record. Georgia Tech entered as a 4 seed in the Southeast region. The winner would advance to the Elite Eight regional final.
On that road to the Final Four, one more team has been eliminated here in New Orleans. Minnesota, a winner over Syracuse earlier this evening, and now it'll be Michigan State going up against the Yellow Jackets of Georgia Tech for the right to meet Minnesota Sunday afternoon. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Superdome in New Orleans. I'm Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner. What we have here is the ACC champs, Quinn, against the Big Ten champs.
Well, we do, and Michigan State has to worry about getting their star player off Steve Smith, averaging 19 points a game. He is an outstanding player, but he's got to contend with 3 great players on Georgia Tech: Brian Oliver, Dennis Scott, and Kenny Anderson.
Let's give you a look at those starting lineups. It'll be Anderson, Scott, and Oliver, joined by Mackey and McNeil. Michigan State has Redfield, Staginga, Poplawski up front, with Steve Smith and Mark Montgomery in the Michigan State backcourt. The officials for tonight's game: John Clockerty of Raleigh, North Carolina, Mike Tanko of Dallas, Texas, and Charlie Range of Fremont, California.
Greg, we're going to have a little bit of contrast of styles here because Georgia Tech wants to get it up and down, and Michigan State, knowing that Georgia Tech wants to do that, will try to be a great deal more patient.
Opening tap to Michigan State, and they immediately throw it away.
Well, that's why they have to be patient, because the turnovers are something they can ill afford to have.
Head coach Bobby Cremins, his 3rd team at Georgia Tech to go to the Sweet 16, the 4th Georgia Tech team overall.
Stayed out, they'll play some man-to-man. Stay active in it.
Kenny Anderson with the basketball. He will create. This is Oliver out front. And down low to Malcolm Mackey. He can't get a shot. Here's Scott. He'll put it up from there if he gets the chance.
Well, he's got a good defensive player on him. Ken Redfield is the best defensive player on Michigan State team. And you see right there, he took it from Scott.
This is Mark Montgomery. Redfield for Smith. And the big rebound by Mackey. Here comes Anderson. Anderson for 3.
I watched him warm up. I think more than anybody else, Kenny Anderson is the key to the club because he gets the ball to all of the scores for Georgia Tech.
Staying his pass inside goes astray. Anderson on the run. Scott for 3.
Just like that. He'll get it to you if you open. And Dennis Scott can shoot shot for shot with anybody in the country.
6-0 Georgia Tech. Anderson with the steal. Look at the dish.
The ball is something to watch.
Johnny McNeil on the scoring end. Timeout on the floor as Georgia Tech has run off 8 quick points. 18:23 to play. We'll be back.
A child's fate. A father's love.
I should have protected him.
A man's courage.
I'll get your son back.
Academy Award nominee Leonardo DiCaprio and Jaimin Hansu. Blood Diamond. On Tuesday on DVD.
Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
Now there's one place where we can easily record and watch our favorite HD TV shows, organize digital music, plus movies and photos. And we don't need these anymore. We manage everything right here.
Together, Windows Vista Home Premium and HP Technology create new ways to enjoy your personal media. The HP Pavilion DV6000T notebook with Intel Centrino Duo Mobile technology is just $899.99. Call 1-800-525-MyHP.
In sports, everyone is connected, but can you find the missing link? ESPN Classic's new series that searches through generations of champions, connects the biggest icons in sports, and exposes how the lives of these superstars are linked.
Hi, I'm Colin Coward. We're talking some mind-blowing connections.
Joe Pa and Anna Kournikova, Ty Cobb and Tiger Woods.
One man overcame racism, the other man embraced it.
Missing Link, Wednesdays at 10, only on ESPN Classic. It's back.
Oh, look at that!
The legendary American Gladiators, coming Saturday, March 31st to ESPN Classic.
Michigan State head coach Judd Heathcote looking on. His team has fallen down by 8 points. Michigan State came out of Knoxville with victories over Murray State in overtime and UCal Santa Barbara. Spartans have won 12 in a row coming in tonight.
You see Georgia Tech out putting the pressure on. Brian Oliver being charged with guarding Steve Smith, trying to keep him going off to a good offensive start.
Good move by Stanginga to get around his man and score the first two, and back comes Oliver for Georgia Tech.
Got to give credit to Steve Smith, though. He found him back there, and that's because he's 6'7". He can look over the top of the defense.
This is Johnny McNeil with a hand in his face, and he threw it away. Here comes Redfield, trying to get around Scott. Oh, what a steal by Scott. Anderson for three. Here's Steve Smith. He and Stanginga playing catch, and then Smith will slow it down.
Yeah, they got to be careful here. They don't want to let tempo up too far.
Smith, baseline drive, and he draws the foul. Bobby Cremins got his Yellow Jackets here via Knoxville as well, beating East Tennessee State and LSU. Amazing game against LSU. They scored 94 points and shot 37% from the floor. Smith, turnaround is there.
But they never flinched when they got down early in the game, and the reason they didn't is the guy with the ball, Kenny Anderson, kept his poise and kept his team right in the game.
Well, speaking of poise, the Spartans have quickly cut that 8-point lead in half. Scott with the pass to Mackey goes off his fingertips and out of bounds. Loyola Marymount, a winner in Oakland, 62-60. Earlier here in New Orleans, Minnesota over Syracuse, 82-75. And we want to remind many viewers that you'll be leaving us in a few minutes to watch Ball State and Nevada, Las Vegas out in Oakland, and you will be kept up to date on the progress of this game with scoring reports and highlights. Montgomery into the lane, rejected by Malcolm Mackey. Here's Anderson.
Did a good job coming across the basket to keep Ken Redfield from blocking the shot. But Mark Montgomery's got to know when he's got a shot and when he doesn't. That time, Kenny Anderson forced him into the teeth of the defense and just got the block going in the other direction.
Anderson has 5, Tech with a 6-point lead.
Tech has changed defense. They've gone into a little bit of a 2-3 zone, just trying to keep their eye on where Steve Smith is.
Popowski turnaround, too strong. Anderson will slow it down at the top. Oliver, top of the key, 2-pointer. That's a 2-pointer. And his foot on the line. 12-4, Georgia Tech. Smith coming right back off the baseline. His shot is short. Mackey with the rebound. And Smith with the steal. And recovers and goes to the basket.
That's what he does. He comes at you in a lot of different ways. He's not just a scorer, but he passes the ball. He keeps his team in the game by finding the scores. They need to get some help for him now offensively, though.
Steve Smith is shooting better than 60% from the floor over his last 6 games. And we told you Michigan State carries a 12-game winning streak in here tonight. Scott got his man in the air, hit the shot.
That's a big-time move there. He had the defense in the air and could have even drawn the foul.
5 points for Dennis Scott. Georgia Tech by 8. 15 minutes, 10 seconds to play in the first half.
Let the air out of the ball. Michigan State will be patient.
Smith and Popowski playing catch.
Popowski's going to have to take that shot in there and make Mackey playing because he's getting position down low. He's got to take advantage of it.
Shot clock at 15. Inside. Good move, Mike Popowski.
See, he's such a big body that there's not much Mackey can do with him once he starts his momentum.
Anderson fakes the 3 and then slows it down. Mackey, turnaround. Not there. And Popowski with the rebound. Montgomery pushes it up. Here's Stanginga. deserved that one.
Yeah, he really did. He was in position, just didn't get it to go down.
Good lead for Scott, who dishes to Mackey.
I mean, it was a money pass off the dribble from Kenny Anderson, and I can't tell you how difficult that is to do.
Pretty balanced scoring out of Georgia Tech so far. 16-8. Yellow Jackets lead it by 8.
The balanced scoring to me is an indication that the point guard is doing a good job distributing the basketball, and you don't find any better than Kenny Anderson.
Inside, good move by Poplawski. Mike Poplawski, 6'10" sophomore out of Detroit. Anderson coming right back, throws it up, that won't count. Let's take a look at Tech coming back down the floor.
Well, the man with the ball, you can see that's a money pass right there between two people. Steve Smith never even saw it coming, and you see that the pass is to Mackey from Dennis Scott. Scott is unselfish, but when you have a player like Kenny Anderson, everybody is more into dishing the ball or finding people.
Number 42, Parrish Hickman, is into the lineup for Michigan State, as is number 10, Kirk Mans.
Mans is the three-point shooter on the team. He's got coming off a little bit of a bad ankle, and Parrish Hickman has started in the center spot, giving Poplawski a break right here.
Dennis Scott, high off the glass, doesn't fall. Smith with the rebound.
Good find all the way.
Parrish Hickman on the receiving end, and boy, Steve Smith loved it at this end.
Oh, he gets emotional and then starts to become a little exaggerated in his motion.
(16-12) Georgia Tech. And the turnaround by Johnny McNeil is good. And a good pass into him by Carl Brown. We want to remind most of our viewers you'll be leaving us in just a few minutes as Parrish Hickman hits the shot to watch Ball State take on Nevada, Las Vegas in West Regional play out in Oakland, and you will be kept up to date on the progress of this game with reports and highlights. Anderson hits that shot, whistle blows underneath, the basket counts. And the foul is on Dennis Scott.
Greg, I'm here to tell you, Kenny Anderson stopped so fast that Kirk Mans failed. I mean, he came right at him and just stopped on a dime and backed up and shot his little jump shot.
Stanginga goes to the bench.
They got their freshman in, DJ Stevens. He's played well for him. Right now, the thing that he brings to the team is his defense and rebounding. But he's actually a pretty good offensive player, but he's been patient and just wants to get in and do the little things for the team.
Stevens is wearing number 31. So Smith and Mans in the backcourt. Redfield, Hickman, and Stevens up front.
Got their 1-4 on the baseline. This is where Steve Smith goes one-on-one.
Shot didn't fall. Carl Brown played him pretty well. Oliver brings the Yellow Jackets back. Scott for three. Smith tried to grab the rebound, tried it again, and it got away from him twice. Kenny Anderson.
Well, Steve Smith is complaining, and he should, because as he tried to grab that, the defensive specialist, Carl Brown, was able to hit him on the arm, and the official, through all the commotion, couldn't catch him.
Kenny Anderson, ACC Rookie of the Year, has 9 points. 22-14, Georgia Tech. Redfield fouled as he went up for the shot. Shot didn't go. The foul is on McNeil. And as Redfield goes to the line, Steve Smith goes over to consult with Judd Heathcote.
And what I'm sure Judd is telling Steve Smith is, you know, let's be patient on the offensive end. We'll get the shots that we want to get. So don't rush it. Take good shots and move it around.
Mark Montgomery has replaced Steve Smith as Redfield misses his first free throw.
Well, you'll see Judd moving up and down the court. I mean, on the sideline, he'll get involved.
We'll take a timeout with 11:27 to play in the first half. Georgia Tech leads it by 7. We'll be back.
Tonight on ESPN Classic. At 9, it's the 2005 U.S. Poker Championship. At 10, Who's Number 1 counts down the greatest NCAA Tournament buzzer beaters. And at 11, hold on tight, it's the Extreme Bulls Ride Hard Tour. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
So easy to turn, so easy to handle. It almost drives itself. But it's not just about mowing the lawn. It's also about owning a John Deere. Easy Track, the newest John Deere.
Enjoying Guinness Draft in a sports bar is a great idea.
Yes, and I've taken the liberty of ordering us some hot wings.
Hot wings? Brilliant!
Please enjoy Guinness Draft responsibly.
Since 1989, Coca-Cola has provided more than $35 million in college scholarships. And as the NCAA's first corporate champion, Coca-Cola proudly supports 88 NCAA championships in 23 sports for 360,000 student athletes every year. Satisfying a thirst for learning, both in the classroom and on the field. The Coca-Cola Company and the NCAA.
Oh, baby, they love it here. Look at this. They're standing, they're chanting, they're singing.
Homeowners, want to refinance and get cash? Countrywide has a great reason to do it now. A no-cost refi. It has no points, no application fee, no credit reporting fee, and no third-party fees, no title, escrow, or appraisal fees. Absolutely no closing costs, so you'll wind up with a lot more cash. Call now and ask for a no-cost refi. We're America's #1 home loan lender, and no one can do what Countrywide can. Call 1-800-641-7136.
Welcome back to the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana, everyone. Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner. Hey, these tournament games just get tighter and tighter. And for Loyola Marymount and the Golden Gophers of Minnesota, the first time they have ever reached the final round of 8. Duke against Connecticut coming up tomorrow in the East. Good old Southwest Conference matchup coming up in the West. And there is Steve Smith for Michigan State on the bench. State trailing Georgia Tech 22-15.
Well, Steve Smith on the bench, they were getting some good scoring from Poplowski. They're going to have to go back in to continue to get that scoring. But I think the person you got to really watch out for is Kenny Anderson on the Georgia Tech side.
Brian Oliver's shot tapped home neatly by Malcolm Mackey. And it's 24-15. Mans double team travel. Drag the pivot foot behind him.
You know, he was hurt. I'm talking Kurt Mans. As you see the field goal percentage. And one of the things that you've got to wonder about, what is his conditioning like? Is he strong enough to maintain any kind of real intensity throughout the course of the game? I would suggest to you that you can't do that because you just haven't had enough time to prepare.
Anderson with a pull-up. And Redfield at the rebound. Pass down court for Stevens. Collision. Ball goes over to Georgia Tech.
Can't make those kind of decisions.
Pass underneath. Taken away by Michigan State. And back comes Montgomery. 3-on-2. Montgomery takes it himself.
No transition defense by Georgia Tech. Kenny Anderson got back as well as Dennis Scott, but everybody else just stood and watched.
24-17 as we approach 10 minutes to play, and the whistle blows down low. This one goes against Michigan State.
Yeah, Ken Redfield was trying to hold Dennis Scott coming off the pick, and if he hadn't, Dennis Scott was going to be wide open, so it was actually a pretty good foul.
Here's Ken Redfield. It's his first personal coming into the lineup. 35, Matt Stanginga. And 21, Steve Smith.
They got Montgomery out just to get him a break. Kurt Mans just doesn't have what it takes to run up and down the court with Georgia Tech. Kenny Anderson can get a shot anytime he wants to, and he can also get his teammates in it. Good choice by Judd Heathcote to get him out of the game.
Anderson looking for a way inside, doesn't find it, and comes back up to Scott.
That's That's Steve Smith out guarding Kenny Anderson. Just trying to make sure you can control him. Smith works hard defensively.
Shot clock at 25. Anderson inside to Scott. And Scott finds his shot.
It doesn't make a whole lot of difference to try to fall down too much against Dennis Scott, because he's going to shoot the ball. You know that, so you're better off keeping a body on him than trying to draw the charge like that. Taking yourself out of the play.
Scott, a 6'8", 230-pound junior who can shoot it.
Now, give him credit. He lost weight, too, which was a big question mark about his concern, his attitude. But he lost the weight, and he's made himself a good player.
Redfield passes up that shot, goes inside, and then the pass back almost stolen away. Smith for three. 26-20, Georgia Tech. Steve Smith is into the game.
Yeah, he's clearly into it.
7 points for Smith. Brian Oliver around his man, and the foul is going to be called on Poplawski, who looked for a moment as if he made a pretty good defensive play.
Well, it looked from my perspective, but I didn't have the referees, obviously. But you see, the first thing I think the official sees, there's body contact, and that's what he called. He called the body contact on Poplawski.
42, Parrish Hickman back into the game, and he replaces Poplawski, who is wearing maybe the biggest knee brace I've seen in a long time.
Well, Greg, he's had 4 knee surgeries. I mean, in major knee surgeries. Last year, he had to sit out recuperating for one. He had arthroscopic surgery in December, so he's actually doing quite well considering he's had that many knee surgeries.
You see that knee surgery, which you don't see, is down below the taped ankle. He has a tattoo that says purebred and a design of the Polish eagle on it. (27-20). 8:35 to play, first half. Georgia Tech with the lead. Parrish Hickman inside, and the foul.
I'm telling you, Steve Smith can find people. He was looking on the other side of the court, and Parrish Hickman was open for almost 2 seconds, and Smith got it to him. Great eyes.
Second personal foul on Malcolm Mackey. And Hickman with 6 points off the bench for Michigan State. That's his average. And Michigan State has closed the gap to 5 to make it 4, 27-23. I was not a math major.
I was just about to say that.
Dennis Scott forcing the shot inside. Steginga with the rebound, and here comes Michigan State. Steve Smith. Oh, look at the pass back to him. And that's frustration right there.
That really was, because you teach a shot blocker, you try to teach him to control. That time, that was just, you know, got passed by a couple times, did Mackey, and he just slammed it against the backboard. Fisher making a great call.
Michigan State enjoying an 8-1 run, has closed to within 2 with 8:05 to play in the first half.
The tempo is what's got it, Greg. Michigan State's got their tempo. Make Georgia Tech run their offense. Keep them working.
Dennis Scott, long three-point bomb. Mackey on the baseline and then back out to Oliver with Redfield in his face. Michigan State will play you pretty tough defensively. Oliver. Redfield got a piece of it.
I'll tell you what's going on. Kenny Anderson isn't touching the ball enough for Georgia Tech. We got other people, Brian Oliver and Dennis Scott, trying to make plays. Kenny Anderson's the man to make play. You see right here, Steve Smith making the pass. Hickman gets it back, and then a tough shot, and there's no question, that's goaltending.
ESPN Classics, putting your weekends over the top with Classic Weekend Marathons. Every weekend, Classic picks one sport.
I don't believe it!
And gives you a full day of Classic action. From shooting stars to classic cars, 10 pins to last-second wins.
No good!
It's all good every weekend when ESPN Classic ups the ante with Classic Weekend Marathons. This weekend, it's our Sumo Wrestling Marathon. Sunday at 1 Eastern, only on ESPN Classic.
Imagine getting a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price. You can at Hotwire.com. How do we do it? When 3- and 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them, so you get them at prices lower than any other travel site. Guaranteed. Like 4 stars in San Francisco. Travelocity price $219. Hotwire price just $102. Why risk paying more when Hotwire gets you unsold rooms at deep discounts? Save big at Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
The Indianapolis Colts have won their first Super Bowl.
Touchdown, Calvin Hayes!
Relive all the thrills with Sports Illustrated and this NFL Films DVD, the Indianapolis Colts Super Bowl 41 champions. Plus, this hardcover commemorative book captures the Colts' incredible season through SI's famous writing and photography. Go to SITVoffer.com or call now to get both free with your paid subscription to SI. 56 issues for only $1.75 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card and get this collectible football honoring the champion Colts. It features scores from the entire season and includes a display stand and certificate of authenticity. Celebrate the Colts' unforgettable victory with the official Super Bowl DVD, the SI commemorative book, and the exclusive football. This limited championship package is only available from Sports Illustrated.
Call 1-800-452-2500 now or go online to SITVoffer.com.
World champion! Not unusual to hear a tune or two in New Orleans. Georgia Tech leading it by 2 over Michigan State. 7:23 to play. Out west, Loyola Marymount squeaking past Alabama. Earlier here this evening, Minnesota defeating Syracuse to move to Sunday's regional final. And there's a whistle blown and a foul on Georgia Tech. Looks like it's on Brian Oliver.
Yeah, he got bumped. He was trying to get Steve Smith off the pick. That's a tough task for Brian Oliver to have to guard Smith. Smith's got good savvy.
Michigan State has hit its last 6 shots from the floor to pull back into this contest.
They've been able to get fast breaks, Greg. That's how they've done the majority of that. And that's how Georgia Tech got started off in the beginning of the game. But since then, Georgia Tech hadn't had any successful fast breaks, and that's why we're looking at a 2-point game for Tech.
Hickman. In and out. And McNeil has the rebound, and Anderson leads the Yellow Jackets back.
See, in this half-court part of the game, Michigan State plays good defense. They'll get out and contest every shot, and it make it really difficult on you.
Anderson for 3.
Flat-footed. The shot pattern flat-footed.
Kenny Anderson has 12. ACC Rookie of the Year. Redfield and now Smith. State will be patient on offense, too.
Well, they'll pick their places to try to score. Try to get in the hands of Smith, but just pick their places.
Dwayne Stevens, and now Smith for 3.
I don't know how you can lose a scorer like that. He just stepped out on the baseline and nobody got to him.
12 for Smith. 30-28 Georgia Tech. 6 minutes exactly to play first half. Inside, Mackey fakes once, rejected by Hickman. And off of bounds, off of Georgia Tech. And now we've got differing opinions from the officials. Let's see who'll prevail. It belongs to Michigan State.
Well, the official right on the line saw it. When the shot got blocked, it dropped off of Mackey's chest. And that's why he made the call in favor of Michigan State.
Steve Smith wants to come over and check with the bench before he brings it over.
Well, he got the ball over just in time because he was looking at a 10-second call.
Kirk Mann's ready to check back in for Michigan State at the next whistle. Smith with a lob. Stanginga. Effort was there, shot didn't fall. Here comes Anderson. Anderson will pull up. That's short. And comes down with Smith all over him.
Michigan State's tempo, as long as they keep him here, Greg. This is Michigan State all day long.
Smith with the steal. And the long pass, Oliver picks it off.
Bad decision.
Nice pass from Oliver to McNeil. Loose ball, whistle blows, foul is on Mackey. And we'll take a walk to the other end of the court. Loyola Marymount and Minnesota winners tonight. Ball State and UNLV in the early stages. Tomorrow in the East, Duke against Connecticut. And Texas against Arkansas. Winners there are members of the Final Four in Denver.
Well, Mackey got his third foul. They had to take him out of the game. They brought Carl Brown in as much to take Mackey's place, but probably more importantly, to keep an eye on Steve Smith.
Baseline, Hickman now moves in. Shot didn't fall, and off the boards, McNeil has it. Dennis Scott to the baseline. That's going to come up short. Out of bounds. Scott tries to save it. It's a little like volleyball. Cremins guilty here at center court. Mans missed 3 games in early March with a stress fracture of the right foot. But his 47 three-pointers on the season led the Big Ten Conference.
He can do that. He can stroke the basketball with range. It keeps you out of the zone on the defensive end because of his ability to do that. But to get out here and play against a Kenny Anderson, he's definitely a liability, because Kenny Anderson can play against anybody, but surely somebody that's coming off a stress fracture.
Judd Heathcote, not one to cut corners. He said he's an adequate player now. Carl Brown puts one up and it doesn't fall. Steiginger around his man, doesn't fall. Hickman with the turnaround. And the whistle blows. That one will go on Redfield. And there's a stoppage of play on the court. Judd Heathcote looking at a 2-point deficit, and we're under 4 minutes for the half. We'll be back.
Swimmers, take your mark.
Let's show them what this family's about.
Reach for it with everything you got.
The more respect you give, you're gonna have to earn it.
You know how you white folks get when y'all lose, and you about to lose bad.
If you walk out, you are walking out on your life. Hey, Elson, why don't you come and swim with us?
Where I come from, I swim naked. I don't want to embarrass nobody.
Pride, rated PG, starts Friday.
If you purchased or refinanced your home a couple of years ago and you got one of those adjustable teaser rates to qualify, well, you may be facing an increase that could raise your monthly payment by hundreds of dollars. What can you do? Well, just call or log on to ditech.com and refinance to a low fixed rate. With Ditech, you can feel confident that you're being taken care of every step of the way. Call 1-800-71-FIXED or log on to ditech.com, a GMAC company.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 800-490-0816.
Can you find the missing link? ESPN Classic's new series connects the biggest icons in sports.
One overcame racism, the other embraced them.
Missing Link, Wednesdays at 10 on ESPN Classic. Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside.
I shook up the world!
Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, George Foreman, inside his legendary career.
I was so overconfident. It took me years to get over that.
Classic Ringside, George Foreman. 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
Second game of the Southeast Regional Semis here at the Superdome in New Orleans. Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner. You are looking there at what more and more teams are going to during the regular season to get away from the noise and the crowds, Quinn, and that's bring the players out on the court.
Well, that's clearly what they do. They get away from all of the commotion normally behind the benches. Coaches bring their team out, put stews out on the floor so they can give them their game plan.
3:59 to play. First half, Georgia Tech over Michigan State by 2.
This is where Michigan wants the game. I mean, right here, you're looking at going into less than a 40-point half. That's what they want to do. They want to keep it down in the 60s for sure.
Anderson with the lob for Scott.
Yeah, baby.
And John Clockerty says you're on the line. It has been a scoring drought for almost 4 minutes. Georgia Tech has missed its last 6 two-point attempts. Michigan State has missed its last 5.
Some of that's good defense, others just poor shooting. Michigan State has had some wide open shots they just haven't put down.
Stanginga, not good. Stanginga taps it back to Poplawski, and this is Stevens. Shot is good, and the foul is called on McNeil.
Michigan State is just playing harder, Greg. I'm sitting here watching. That ball went up, and I watched 5 guys from Georgia Tech just kind of standing there watching. Now, you'll see right here, DJ Stevens takes a shot, and there's no question about the foul. McNeil is there, but you saw Kenny Anderson and Brian Oliver or Dennis Scott were just standing there watching them, not trying to get involved in the action. They've got the help on the boards.
Poplawski, meanwhile, pretty pleased. 6 points, 3 rebounds, looking to make it a 3-point play. And he does.
Got a nice stroke, too.
Michigan State by 1, 31-30. And that's the first time tonight Michigan State has taken the lead.
Got to find a way. Georgia Tech has to find a way to get Dennis Scott or Brian Oliver on track. And the best way to do is get the ball into Kenny Anderson's hand and then just let his beat his man and draw.
Here's Scott, top of the key for 3. Anderson to the baseline. Oh, is he quick? Oh.
Right to the ball. I mean, he got that shot up before the defense could react.
Staying up. Tough shot. Doesn't fall. Scott out of bounds, and it belongs to Michigan State.
You call it. That's a bad shot by Stanginger.
If it sounds like we're struggling with Stanginger, we are. Judd Heathcote says, I just call him Matt or old number 35. Matt Stanginger was Mr. Basketball in Michigan 2 years ago. Steve Smith on the turnaround.
Carl Brown's too short. Steve Smith just shot it right over him.
14 for Smith. Spartans by 1. Oliver on the drive. Good move inside by Brian Oliver. And it's Tech by 1. 2.5 to play. First half.
They got their 1-4. That's Steve Smith down on the baseline.
Three-pointer doesn't go. Rebounded by Scott. Anderson leads the charge back. He'll put it up. Three-pointer is good. 17 for Kenny Anderson in the first half, and Georgia Tech leads it by 4. Anderson trying for the steal. Steve Smith recovers. Montgomery around his man. Nice move. Shot didn't fall, and Scott with another rebound.
See, the tempo is back up, and it's up because Kenny Anderson gets the ball in his hand.
Carl Brown pops out, and then back to Anderson, and down low for Scott. Good defense on it. Hands in his face, and the rebound comes off to Dwayne Stevens. Under a minute and a half to play, first half.
They've got to swing the ball. Michigan State does. They're keeping it on one side, and it's Brian Oliver can guard Steve Smith if you keep the ball on one side of the court. You see, now they put it in Smith's hand, and they'll go to what they're 1-4 with everybody on the ground and let Smith go one-on-one.
Smith inside. Boy, he's tough.
Yeah, see, when they put everybody on the baseline, it takes away the defensive help. By the time you get over to help Steve Smith, he's right at the basket like he was that time.
We said Michigan State needed a big game out of Steve Smith to be in this game, and he's got 16. And State is within 2, 40 seconds to play, first half. Anderson off of his foot, picked off by Steininger, and up ahead, and the ball is taken away by Carl Brown. Scott on the drive. Oh, what a power move, but it didn't fall, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I'm a little surprised he took the shot, you know, because there are only 22 seconds on the clock. You might have been better served should he not make these foul shots to hold the ball out.
I want to remind you to stay tuned. Coming up at halftime for the road to the Final Four, Jim Nance, Mike Francesa will be bringing you up to date from our New York studio on all of tonight's regional semifinal action. And we've had action aplenty, both here and out in Oakland, California. Bill Scott, 7 points, 6 boards tonight. Substitution into the game for Georgia Tech is number 15, Darryl Barnes, who replaced Johnny McNeil.
McNeil is the only big man, if you will, that they have in the game. Dennis Scott, 6'8", I should say. But McNeil inside has to be worn down because Mackey had to go out of the game, so they don't have that normal substitution.
Scott hits them both. 39-35, and a little pressure defense with 20 seconds to play. Long pass. Did he save it? He didn't.
And Steve Smith's first problem was that he got the ball in the corner, and then after that he tried to make Parrish Hickman run for it and threw it right out of bounds.
That's it. Looked like the old sideline pattern that fell incomplete.
Well, he had the right idea. He just tried to throw it over the defensive player's head, but Parrish Hickman never took off to go after the ball, and by the time he did, he was already out of bounds.
Final seconds of the first half. Anderson's shot, no. Rebounded by State. Stolen by Scott, and his shot will not count. After Georgia Tech jumped off to a big lead, they lead it by 4. That's the end of the first half. With the score, Georgia Tech 39, Michigan State 35.
It's back.
Oh, look at that!
The legendary American Gladiators, coming Saturday, March 31st to ESPN Classic. Tuesday nights are for wheels as the world's coolest classic cars go on the block. At the RM Classic Car Auction, it's a weekly get-together of who's who's, checking out what's what.
It's got tan seats. How delicious.
The bids are in.
It's slipping away, sir.
And the wallets are open.
$5,100,000. So bring a fistful of dollars and you'll have fun.
The RM Classic Car Auction. All new episodes starting March 27th only on ESPN Classic.
I'm thinking of a number between 450 and 850. Do you know what it is? It's my credit score, and it happens to be 720. The higher my credit score, the better chance I have of saving a lot of money. Do you know your credit score? Do you know what's in your credit report? You can find out right now at freecreditreport.com. You can even print it out if you want to. How much easier could it get? Log on to freecreditreport.com. That's freecreditreport.com.
Free credit report offer applies with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
I woke up in the middle of the night, terrified. Someone tried to come in our house. Fortunately, we had an ADT security system. The alarm scared him off.
Mrs. Parker, this is ADT. We're receiving an alarm. Are you all right?
Yes, we're okay.
Help is on the way.
I never thought this would happen to us, but I'm glad ADT was there, watching out for my family.
Don't take chances. Take control of your family's security with ADT, America's #1 home security company. ADT helps blanket your home with an invisible wall of protection, helping to keep you safe from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. Call now and save up to $200 on ADT protection packages. You'll also get a free home security evaluation to see where you might be most vulnerable. And you can also save up to 20% off your homeowner's insurance. Best of all, if you're not completely satisfied, we'll give you your money back. Call now and take control of your family's safety. ADT, always there.
They wear the school colors for a few fleeting years, leave behind moments we'll always remember, and take with them the spirit to excel in all they do. That's why the NCAA corporate family provides scholarships, sponsors youth programs, and supports all 23 NCAA sports. They know that while the excitement of college sports is shown in moments, the value lasts a lifetime.
Tech 17-1 with the lead at the break, and they have the basketball as we get underway here in the second half. Greg Gumbel, Quinn Buckner at the Superdome.
Michigan State in there man-to-man, and they're still coming up with turnovers.
The pass ahead, Montgomery blew the layup, comes back and gets the loose ball, and he's fouled by Brown.
And what Kenny Anderson is complaining about is whether or not Montgomery can come back in and grab the ball. He can, as long as he establishes himself in the playing surface. That he did.
Quinn, I know you saw it. Steve Smith had an unbelievably athletic move at center court when he started to pass the ball in midair, saw a man in his way, and double pumped with the pass in midair.
It was a great pass. You're absolutely right. I don't know how he was able to recognize it, but he did.
Stenginga missing the shot from the top of the key. Anderson and Carl Brown in the backcourt. Oliver, McNeil, and Dennis Scott on the front line. And McNeil finds himself all alone. Pick down low, got him open.
Well, that's what happened. It was just a missed assignment, bad communication, but McNeil got open for the easy basket.
McNeil has 6, 41-35, Georgia Tech. There's a good find for Stenginga inside from Poplawski.
It started Carl Brown here in the second half, primarily, Greg, because Mackey has the foul trouble, but he's also in to guard Steve Smith. Bobby Cremins knows he's got to find a way to control Steve Smith.
Brown thought about the three, goes inside to Scott, who's being muscled, and Anderson will put it up. That's off. Smith with the rebound, and Smith will push it up court. Looking for a cutter, gives it to Poplawski. And now Montgomery will start it over. And Steve Smith trying to fight his way past Dennis Scott, and Scott is called for the foul. That's number 2 on Scott. This is the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Game 2 of the Southeast Regional Semifinals. The winner of this game moves on to meet Minnesota Sunday afternoon. Stenginga to Poplawski.
Well, that's been Michigan State. One of the things they've been able to do, Greg, is pass the ball and catch Georgia Tech out of position. They're a good passing team, but Michigan State has been very patient, and Steve Smith has just had an outstanding game.
41-39, Georgia Tech with the basketball in the lead.
The real question is, when is this guy with the ball going to get on track? And by that, I mean Dennis Scott and Brian Oliver. They've just been well defended, have not gotten on track. Kenny Anderson has carried the bulk of the scoring load.
Oliver inside. And back quickly come the Spartans and Smith. Smith off the baseline. In and out, Redfield by himself.
Dennis Scott got caught getting ready to leak out on him for the fast break and just left Redfield open inside for the easy hook. You know, those mental lapses are the kinds of things that get you in trouble. Georgia Tech, I would say man for man, more talent. But if you don't do the little thing, it'll get you right out of the game.
Brian Oliver got his man in the air and then hit the shot after the dribble. 9 points for Oliver. And Montgomery will start it over. Stenginga comes up short. What a rebound Smith attempted. Out of bounds to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, you got to get control of it, though. You don't need to do the things that look good on television or to the people in the stands. You've got to make the plays. That time, Steve Smith, I thought, just tried a little too much with the basketball.
Minnesota, the winner over Syracuse in game 1 here. Michigan State and Georgia Tech vying for the right to meet the Golden Gophers on Sunday. While out west, Loyola Marymount by 2 over Alabama earlier tonight. Nevada, Las Vegas is playing Ball State. Even as we speak, that'll be game 2 of the doubleheader here on CBS on Sunday. 31, Dwayne Stevens into the lineup, as is 42, Parrish Hickman for Michigan State.
Well, in addition, they brought in Kirk Mans. They got in a little better defensive team with the exception of Mans, who's an outstanding scorer from the three-point area.
Anderson with the tough one. Anderson has 19. 47-41, Georgia Tech.
If I'm Bobby Cremins, I would tell Kenny Anderson to go at Kirk Mans because there's no way Mans can guard him. Create from that.
Hickman. And kicks it out to Mans for the open shot. Scott rebounded, fouled by Hickman. Ball State trailing UNLV, and UNLV popping in another one as we watch in the first half.
Well, you can see down there Larry Johnson, the All-American. I've watched him play, 6'8", 250, and he is just a man down on the block.
Dennis Scott Nice moves. Shot doesn't fall for him, though, and Mans has the loose ball. And Steve Smith will slow it down.
You know, I think Bobby Cremins would consider himself very lucky to not get much scoring from Scott and Oliver and to be up 6 points. He's got to be really pleased with where he is right here.
Smith with Carl Brown on him. And the foul is on Brown. We'll take a timeout on the court with 15:31 to play. It's a 6-point Georgia Tech lead.
I'm seeking a match for good times. Must have a passion for music. Looks are important to me. I like making movies, playing games, sharing lots of pictures, quiet time.
With over 60,000 Windows Vista trained employees, Best Buy will match you up with a PC you'll love.
Got anything like that?
This gateway has everything you're looking for.
And Geek Squad can personalize it for you. Right now, when you buy a new PC, get this great offer from Geek Squad. It's time to love your PC. Come find your match at Best Buy.
Tonight on ESPN Classic. At 9, it's the 2005 U.S. Poker Championship. At 10, Who's Number 1 counts down the greatest NCAA Tournament buzzer beaters. And at 11, hold on tight, it's the Extreme Bulls Ride Hard Tour. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
When the moment's right, you'll want to be confident that you'll be ready. Anytime, anywhere. Maxiderm's amazing male enhancement formula works instantly and feels great. If you've ever wondered if male enhancement products really work, now's the time to try Maxiderm.
He doesn't need a prescription. He uses Maxiderm.
Call the number on your screen right now to try Maxiderm absolutely risk-free. Plus, for a limited time, receive a free pack of Vasamine for sustained performance. Maxiderm is instant male enhancement. She knows you've still got it after all these years. That performance edge. Your secret? Maxiderm. And even though Maxiderm's recommended by a leading physician, you don't need a prescription to get it.
Prescriptions are one thing. Maxiderm is completely different.
Call the number on your screen right now to try Maxiderm absolutely risk-free. Plus, for a limited time, receive a free pack of Vasamine for sustained performance. Call in the next 15 minutes and get upgraded rush delivery absolutely free. Maxiderm is instant male enhancement.
Oh, we've got great hoops coming up for you tomorrow afternoon. The East Regional Final from the Meadowlands in East Rutherford. The Huskies of Connecticut, the Blue Devils of Duke. And then in the Midwest Regional Final from Dallas. Great Southwest Conference matchup, Arkansas and Texas. And it all begins with a Road to the Final Four preview at 1 o'clock Eastern Time here on CBS. This is Kirk Mans with Anderson on him. And as usual, the ball is back into the hands of Steve Smith.
They got Dennis Scott on him, which is pretty interesting. This is a matchup that Steve Smith probably has an advantage.
Mans. Front rim, no. Rebound, Stevens. As Tech players just watch that rebound come down.
They've done that, and I'm not sure what they're thinking about. They didn't block out Stevens, and they just watched him go up and nobody contested. But you miss Mackey, and that's the reason you're able to get the ball back up there. Mackey's 6'10", and it's a little tougher to shoot over somebody 6'10".
Mismatch down low. Mans is on Scott, and now they switch back. Anderson spins away.
I mean, like it was nothing. I mean, second nature.
21 for the freshman from New York. (49-43) Georgia Tech. Smith, baseline drive. What a move. Gets his own rebound. Fakes twice, and that'll be a goaltending. 18 for Smith.
What he was saying was he was mad he missed the first shot. You see, he beats Dennis Scott. There's no question about it. Goes up, and he just threw it up there, and he knew he was going to miss it, so he's the first person to get right back up, get it, put it in the basket.
14 minutes to play. Second half. 4-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Oliver, there's a whistle. And it'll be an offensive foul on number 44, Johnny McNeil.
that was a block. I mean, that was a football block, and McNeil is anxious, and you see John that Bobby Cremins is laughing a little bit because he knows McNeil meant well, but he just ran over and blocked.
Third foul on McNeil. Redfield back out to Mans.
Steve Smith was waving his hand in the air, telling the team, let's move the ball around, and then go for the shot.
Redfield inside. And Tech's lead is down to 2. Anderson for McNeil.
That's where the ball belongs. Kenny Anderson makes the play because the defense comes to help out. Anderson's the only one that can really make the team move this way.
Smith now orchestrating the offense. He wants Kirk Mans on the other side of the floor.
There was some confusion on Georgia Tech. The guys couldn't figure out whether they were in zone and man-to-man. This is the 1-4.
Hickman, hands. Smith. Stevens inside.
Got to be hands up with Smith. Great catch.
Back comes Anderson in a hurry, spinning inside. Doesn't fall for him, and here comes Michigan State. Stevens.
See, Stevens is a scorer, so it's not surprising that he scored, but he's just tied the game up. It just occasionally picking up that tempo. Michigan State's back in it.
It's looking like a good night for the Big Ten. We're tied at 51 with 12:23 to play.
ESPN Classics, putting your weekends over the top with Classic Weekend Marathons. Every weekend, Classic picks one sport.
I don't believe it!
And gives you a full day of Classic action. From shooting stars to Classic cars, 10 pins to last-second wins.
No good!
It's all good every weekend when ESPN Classic ups the ante with Classic Weekend Marathons. This weekend, it's our Sumo Wrestling Marathon. Sunday at 1 Eastern, only on ESPN Classic.
Can you really get a $150,000 mortgage for $450 a month? Now you can, with the new Secure Advantage loan, exclusively from Quicken Loans. Nothing cuts your payment like Secure Advantage, the loan that gives you the advantage of choosing an incredibly low payment month after month.
Quicken Loans is allowing us to do a lot of different things we weren't able to do before.
We saved about $4,000 a year.
Quicken Loans is fast, friendly, and we saved a lot of money.
With the Secure Advantage loan, you could cut your payment by over 50%. Take a look. The traditional payment on a $150,000 mortgage at 7% interest is $1,000. But with the new Secure Advantage mortgage only from Quicken Loans, you can select a payment of just $450 a month. That's a difference of $6,600 a year. Isn't that worth a few minutes on the phone?
Make that call.
Whether you're buying or refinancing, Secure Advantage can be a great tool to lower your payment and increase your cash flow by thousands a year. That means you'll have more cash on hand to save, remodel your home, pay off credit cards, or whatever you need. Call toll-free now while rates are still low and ask how Quicken Loans can help you lower your payment by over 50%.
We saved really hundreds of dollars a month. And that means a lot, especially when you have kids away at school.
You want to get more for your money, and that's what I got.
No matter what your loan amount, Secure Advantage can make a huge difference in your payment. Whether your mortgage is $200,000, $300,000, even $500,000, your payment can be lower than you ever imagined. Call now to see how Secure Advantage could cut your payment by over 50%, whether you're buying a new home or refinancing. Quicken Loans makes it fast and easy. You can get approved over the phone and close right in your home. If a $150,000 mortgage for only $450 a month sounds good to you, if you'd like to increase your cash flow by thousands of dollars a year, call now and ask about the new Secure Advantage loan. Quicken Loans, America's home loan experts.
Welcome back to the Superdome in New Orleans, everyone, where most of the noise tonight had been made in this game by the Georgia Tech followers, but the last couple of minutes, it's been the Michigan State fans who have risen to the occasion. 51-51 tie, 12:23 to play in the game. Out west at halftime, Nevada, Las Vegas leading Ball State 41-33.
Steve Smith has been the key for Michigan State. He's made every big play they need. He's passed the ball, he's rebounded well, and he's got his teammates involved in the game. And on the other side, Georgia Tech has not been able to do that, particularly Brian Oliver and Dennis Scott, not yet on track to get some scoring.
Dennis Scott, three-pointer, way off, out of bounds to Michigan State.
That's a bad shot, Greg. I watched him turn the corner. Bobby Cremins is applauding the effort, but Scott never had the ball. It hit him in the chest, and he was still grabbing it as he was trying to shoot it.
Scott is 3 for 13 from the floor tonight. And Michigan State with a chance to take the lead here. Smith, oh, what a pass for Redfield.
Gotta keep your hands up. Steve Smith will find you.
Michigan State by 2. Mackey. Blocked by Hickman. Brown has the rebound.
This young man has so much points, and he's not rushing at all.
Brown open for the three, nails it. Carl Brown has 3 points, his first three, and it's 54-53 Georgia Tech. Hickman back outside to Montgomery and back into Hickman, who works on Scott.
That's the kind of patience you need if you're a team that posts up. Inside, outside, try it again if you can.
Oliver saves it to Scott. And back up top, Anderson for 3. Michigan State by 1, they have the basketball.
Well, and their fans are starting to feel it a little bit too, Greg, because they saw Minnesota win when nobody thought they could, and Michigan State feels the same way.
Anderson with the steal. And Anderson is fouled going to the basket. And a few words passing between sophomore Mark Montgomery and freshman Kenny Anderson.
Well, Montgomery and Anderson are getting into it, because Anderson is stepping up to the challenge. He stole the ball from him, so he was telling Montgomery, I got you twice. I stole the ball from you, and you came down and fouled me. I got you twice.
I guess they're keeping score out on the floor as well as up on the scoreboard.
Well, I guarantee you, Montgomery is from Detroit, so he's, accustomed to this kind of competition. Kenny Anderson from New York, and part of the game is letting the other guy know who's doing what to whom.
I guarantee you Michigan State is very aware of the fact that Kenny Anderson is having a superb night. He averages 20 points a game. He now has 23.
And he's literally carrying the team by himself, Greg.
23 of Georgia Tech's 56 points. The Yellow Jackets lead it by 1. Smith. And Smith up to the three-pointer. And here comes Tech. We welcome those of you who've been watching the Ball State Nevada-Las Vegas game out in Oakland. Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner at the Southeast Regional in New Orleans, where our score is 56-55 Georgia Tech, and Michigan State regains the lead by 1 on the layup.
That time, nobody got back for Georgia Tech, but as a rule, Georgia Tech has been a step slow in a little of everything, and is starting to catch up with them. Michigan has got the smell that they can win. Steve Smith has really helped Michigan State in that he's passed the ball around. Georgia Tech can't get Dennis Scott nor Brian Oliver in the offensive scheme of things.
Both Scott and Oliver struggling on the scoreboard. This is Oliver.
You got somebody like Kenny Anderson on your team, you can struggle and still be able to come out with a victory, because he's pushed it up, and he's the reason that Georgia Tech is where they are.
The acknowledged weakness of Georgia Tech is the lack of an inside game, and when the outside game isn't working, the Yellow Jackets could be in trouble. 8:55 to play in the game. On the lob, it's perfect. Montgomery to Steve Smith. 20 for Smith. Anderson hand checked by Montgomery.
Well, these two are going at it one-on-one. After they went down the court, Montgomery is saying to Kenny Anderson, let's go, baby. Now, before Steve Smith came across the top, this time there was eye contact that was made, and they threw the lob pass. But Michigan State had run the play where everybody was coming across the top. Montgomery makes a money pass right where it has to be, and Steve Smith showing that he can jump as well.
54, Mike Poplawski into the Michigan State lineup. As is 35, Matt Stangenga. Anderson comes up short over Montgomery. Good defense, and the whistle blows underneath.
Kenny Anderson trying to take this a little too much in his own hand, and that time he forced the shot, and fortunately for Georgia Tech, they came up with the ball.
Michigan State has been dominant underneath, and we've told you the two principals, Kenny Anderson and Steve Smith. Quinn, what would you do to get people like Brian Oliver and Dennis Scott untracked?
Well, the thing that Kenny Anderson is trying to go one-on-one, that you don't want to do, but he needs to beat his man and just start kicking, so it's a catch-and-shoot situation for Dennis Scott and Brian Oliver. So they don't have to work to get the shots. They have to work too hard here to get the shots, and when you're not scoring, that takes your team out of the flow because you're not making shots everybody expects you to.
Scott has 9 points. He averages 27.6. Oliver has 9. He averages 21.6. Shot clock is at 14. Brown outside Scott. Long three-pointer. And a big rebound by Poplawski. And a good decision right there by Dwayne Stevens to slow it down.
And that's a freshman with good decision making right there.
Scott is now 3 for 15 offensively. Here's Smith, and Stevens looking to set a pick on Carl Brown. And a 5-second call. We'll take time out here at the Superdome with 7:23 to play for the game. Michigan State by 3.
Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside. Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, George Foreman, inside his legendary career.
I was so overconfident. It took me years to get over that.
Classic Ringside, George Foreman. 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
Huh. Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
At eHarmony, you don't search for a match. We bring highly compatible matches to you, based on 29 proven dimensions of compatibility. Log on to eHarmony.com and get your personality profile, a $50 value, free.
If you owe taxes or are facing an IRS lien or wage garnishment, here's important news for you. Now there's a new program that will immediately end wage garnishments, remove IRS liens, and eliminate IRS tax penalties. Call right now to enroll in the Rapid Relief Program from Advantage Tax Resolution and have your tax liabilities reduced by up to 90%.
Hi, I'm Corbin Burnson for Advantage Tax Resolution. You know, tax problems can strike at any time, even if you've done nothing wrong. Advantage Tax Resolution was founded to help people just like you resolve your tax problems permanently.
I'd never been able to take on the IRS myself, but I got help. I had my tax lien removed and my debt reduced 90%.
Call right now to enroll in the new Rapid Relief Tax Resolution Program.
It's the last call you'll need to make about your taxes.
There's no better time to remove wage garnishments or eliminate tax liens and penalties. Call 1-800-598-3960 right now.
7 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the game. Michigan State leading Georgia Tech 59-56. I don't know, Quinn, if it's a Big Ten trait or not to come out smoking in the second half. We saw Minnesota do it. Michigan State is shooting 62% from the floor in this half.
Well, you're talking about the Big Ten champions here. So they know they can win the game, but I'm not so sure they came with that all-out feeling when they walked into the gym. And then once they realized how close they were at halftime, they became a little more focused. They know what they want to do, they know how to do it, and they're trying to get it done.
Kenny Anderson taking charge. Looks to Scott down low, who looks for his shot. 11 for Scott. Georgia Tech within 1.
Lob.
Oh, what a shot by Steve Smith.
He was losing the ball, caught it on one side of the rim and just got control of it and just easily flipped it over his head.
Smith has 22 and reestablishes the Spartans' 3-point lead. Oliver forcing one up inside. Steininger with the rebound.
One problem with shooters, they get so accustomed to scoring. When they don't, there's a tendency to force things. I thought Dennis Scott did the right thing, get out on the block, but Brian Oliver definitely starting to force the shots. Can't afford to do that.
Steve Smith lost the ball. And you know that's not going to go over big on the Michigan State bench.
Well, it shouldn't, because that's totally uncalled for. He's out trying to show everybody he's got a little bit of a handle out here, and he throws the ball out of bounds in a tough and tight game.
It's not as if there's a massive lead on the scoreboard either. It's a Michigan State 3-point lead. Scott for 3.
See, that's why the shot inside was important, because now you get a rhythm.
Tie game at 61. Smith one-on-one with Scott. It would appear they're looking to clear out for Steve Smith.
Well, I'm sure they want the ball in Steve Smith's hand. But Georgia Tech is playing a zone to try to keep Steve Smith from driving to the basket.
Shot clock is down to 10. Montgomery, 3-pointer.
Not known for his scoring, Greg. He shot that one like he knew what he was doing.
10 straight shots from the floor the Spartans have hit. Scott's 3-pointer doesn't go, and that foul will be on Steininger. Or will it? It is. Matt Steininger, 3rd.
Bobby Cremins is pleading with his team to be active. He wants them to come up with those kind of rebounds, because he knows that he was fortunate to come out with a foul being called on Steininger, because it very easily could have been Michigan State's ball.
Hickman into the ball game, as is Stevens. 3-point attempt by Anderson is off. Big rebound by Parrish Hickman.
Well, he went up to get that one.
Michigan State with the lead. 64-61, 4:35 to play. Smith into the lane. Blocked. Big block by Malcolm Mackey. Oliver to the bucket. Rebound, Mackey. McNeil on the baseline. Out of bounds, and it belongs to Georgia Tech.
But you see, Georgia Tech is competing now for the rebounds. That's what Bobby Cremins was pleading with his team about, being active. At least they got back and got a couple extra opportunities, even on the miss on the fast break.
Ball State could get a little production out of their backcourt. They might be in business against Nevada, Las Vegas. Mackey. Oh, good move in the foul. Malcolm Mackey is a 6'10 freshman, and he made a senior-like move there.
Yeah, he did. But here's what's happened with Georgia Tech. Mackey wasn't in the game the majority of the first half, so that's why their inside game was just null and void. He's back in the game. He can block some shots, and as you saw right there, he did a good job taking it to the basket.
From Chattanooga, Tennessee, Mackey has 8 points, 6 rebounds, and is looking for the tie right here. Doesn't fall, and a traveling violation.
Well, he stepped out of bounds, too. He got bumped, and then he stepped out of bounds. Official caught him on the travel.
Judd Heathcote is talking to the reserves on the far bench like it's their fault.
You know what Judd does, and most coaches, a lot of coaches do this. What they try to do is tell the player, this is the point in the game where you can't afford to make the little mistakes.
Scott. Around and out. There's a great rebound by Smith. And up ahead. for Hickman, and they'll slow it down.
And that's what the senior will do for you. Ken Redfield has been through this situation before. Wisely holds it up.
Oliver is now on Steve Smith. Montgomery dishing it off. And the offensive foul is on Montgomery. That's 3 on Mark Montgomery. That one Judd Heathcote disagrees with.
Well, he's trying to claim that there was some movement there, but clearly I thought Montgomery was out of control. As soon as he took the dribble, the defense collapsed on Montgomery, and Judd Heathcote claimed that it moved. I don't think so. I thought McNeil had good position.
Boy, what a job he did this year. No one expected Michigan State to claim the Big Ten championship, but the Spartans went 15-3 and just had a terrific season.
They had a great season, Greg, and what when you listen to Judd Heathcote, they were just trying to make sure they got in the top division in the conference and ended up winning the whole thing.
McNeil's free throw ties it at 64. And Georgia Tech at the lead with 3:34 to play. We'll come back to the Superdome in just a moment.
Imagine getting a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price. You can at Hotwire.com. How do we do it? When 3- and 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them, so you get them at prices lower than any other travel site. Guaranteed. Like 4 stars in San Francisco. Travelocity price $219. Hotwire price just $102. Why risk paying more when Hotwire gets you unsold rooms at deep discounts? Save big at Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com. Homeowners, want to refinance and get cash? Countrywide has a great reason to do it now. A no-cost refi. It has no points, no application fees, no credit reporting fee, and no third-party fees, no title, escrow, or appraisal fees. Absolutely no closing costs. So you wind up with a lot more cash. Call now and ask for a no-cost refi. We're America's #1 home loan lender, and no one can do what Countrywide can. Call 1-800-641-8408.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 800-490-0816.
Since 1989, Coca-Cola has provided more than $35 million in college scholarships. And as the NCAA's first corporate champion, Coca-Cola proudly supports 88 NCAA championships in 23 sports for 360,000 student athletes every year. Satisfying a thirst for learning, both in the classroom and on the field. The Coca-Cola Company and the NCAA.
Watching Ball State UNLV out in Oakland. Welcome to the Superdome in New Orleans. Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner at the Southeast Regional. Our score 65-64. Georgia Tech with 3:34 to play in the game. And what a game it has been. Michigan State with the better shooting from three-point land. Kenny Anderson has led the Yellow Jackets with 23, and Steve Smith has been doing the same for Michigan State. Minnesota, a winner earlier this evening over the Orange Men of Syracuse, and they will play the winner of this game on Sunday afternoon for the right to advance to Denver in the Final Four. Full court pressure now, although it's token pressure by Georgia Tech.
Well, they just want to try to get some turnovers here. Georgia Tech has played a pretty good defensive game, but this is not where they wanted to score. They'd rather have it up, but in the tournament, you have to be able to play, as I've said before, both tempos. Sometimes you can run it up. If you've got to slow it down, you've got to have options. Dennis Scott, Brian Oliver have not been there, but Kenny Anderson can carry you a long way.
Steve Smith, good move, works his way.
It's got to count.
It does. What a spin he put on the ball going in.
I mean, I'm telling you, that was some kind of shot. Now, right here, he's going to beat the man, and then watching what the ball gets slapped, and it gets a spin on it. Because I'm not see, it's in his hand, and then he just throws it. And after that, it's got a touch, and it rolls up there and goes in. Just a great move. I mean, he loses the ball, so he just tries to throw the thing on the backboard and gets it to go in.
You know, you can see that on any schoolyard any day of the week.
Yeah, you know, the way you can do that is just keep your composure. Because you lose it, don't start flapping around. Just try to regain control of the ball and then just shoot it. I mean, it's a lot harder to do than I said it, but it can be done. Not by me.
3 minutes to play. Steve Smith has 25. Michigan State has a 2-point lead. Dennis Scott.
You need to double Dennis Scott down there. See, people forget Dennis Scott is about 6'8", and you need to double him down there because now he'll get you worried about his inside, and he'll step out and knock a 3 down on you.
Tied at 67 with 2:40 to play. Montgomery playing with 4 fouls. And Smith working his way around. Here's Montgomery again.
This is the weave they ran the last time. Ran it a couple times and ended up getting a lob for Steve Smith. Kind of call it a weave, just around the perimeter.
15 seconds on the shot clock. We're down to 2:15 for the game.
Now, he'll go. Steve will take it.
Smith off the baseline. That was long. Loose ball and out of bounds. That'll belong to Georgia Tech. Ken Redfield gave it a good try for the save on the baseline. There was no one to take it in.
Well, Judd Heathcote had his man shooting the ball. You want your best shooter, best player with the ball. That time, Steve Smith he missed everything, and Redfield couldn't hold on to it.
Michigan State trying for the Big Ten sweep of the day here in the Superdome. 2 minutes to play. Anderson for 3. Good rebound by Parrish Hickman. Kenny Anderson forced that shot.
He really did. All he needs to do is Dennis Scott is starting to come alive inside. Play the inside-outside game.
Steve Smith.
You got to get there. You got to get there on Steve Smith.
Rebound doesn't fall, and Hickman's got it for Michigan State.
Bobby's got to get his crew to pick up the defensive tempo now. No fouls, but just stay up on it.
18,172 on hand here in the Superdome as we approach 1 minute to play in the game. Smith almost threw it away. Inside, Hickman works his way for the shot.
See, forget he's left-handed. That time McNeil got caught protecting the right side. Parrish Hickman is left-handed, so he was able to step through.
Michigan State by 4, 46 seconds to play, and the Spartans are on the verge of an upset.
Gerber, the baby people you've known since you were a baby, offers you a way to prepare for your child's future with the Gerber Life Grow Up Plan. It's a $10,000 whole life insurance plan that costs just pennies a day. At age 21, that coverage automatically doubles to $20,000 with no increase in premiums. Plus, the plan guarantees up to $100,000 worth of insurance by age 28. Give your child a head start on their future today with the Gerber Life Grow Up Plan.
Call 1-800-883-5995 today.
In sports, everyone is connected, but can you find the missing link? ESPN Classic's new series that searches through generations of champions, connects the biggest icons in sports, and exposes how the lives of these superstars are linked.
Hi, I'm Colin Coward. We're talking some mind-blowing connections.
Joe Pa and Anna Kournikova, Ty Cobb and Tiger Woods.
One man overcame racism, the other man embraced it.
Missing Link, Wednesdays at 10, only on ESPN Classic.
Pain, it's part of the puzzle. Blood, it's the price of freedom. Death, it's not that easy. Saw 3, suffering. You haven't seen anything yet.
Homeowners, want to refinance and get cash? Countrywide has a great reason to do it now. A no-cost refi. It has no points, no application fee, no credit reporting fee, and no third-party fees, no title, escrow, or appraisal fees. Absolutely no closing costs, so you wind up with a lot more cash. Call now and ask for a no-cost refi. We're America's #1 home loan lender, and no one can do what Countrywide can. Call 1-800-641-7136.
46 seconds to play here at the Superdome in New Orleans. Michigan State leading Georgia Tech 71-67. You see the timeout situation, and the possession arrow favors Michigan State. Just a few moments ago, I mentioned that the Spartans are on the verge of an upset. Michigan State is the #1 seed here, and Georgia Tech #4. But Quinn, the people that we've talked to this week, the coaches, the media, most everyone figured Michigan State would not be able to stay with Georgia Tech.
Yeah, they really did, Greg. They thought that Michigan State could get out and run it, but you don't become the #1 seed by accident. Michigan State deserves to be there. They have played well in the conference, and they deserve to be where they are here. And I think Georgia Tech, again, not thinking they're playing Indiana, took that for granted. See, those teams that get all the publicity, that's who kids tend to respect, because they get the publicity. And Michigan State, they figured that's an also-ran. But you can't go through the Big Ten Conference and be an also-ran and win it.
Brian Oliver, who averages 21.6 points a game, has 9 points tonight.
Well, he's got to stick these, and his team has got to try to get some kind of turnover to try to get the ball back on the other end of the court. They don't have the foul, but by the same time, Michigan State does not have to shoot the ball.
The anxious woman you saw in the seats, Beverly Heathcote, Judd Heathcote's wife. 71-69. A 2-point Michigan State lead. And a timeout is called by Michigan State. And that one appeared to be made in a hurry. 38 seconds to play. It's a 2-point Spartan lead, and Judd's got to do some coaching here.
Tonight on ESPN Classic. At 9, it's the 2005 U.S. Poker Championship. At 10, Who's Number 1 counts down the greatest NCAA Tournament buzzer beaters. And at 11, hold on tight, it's the Extreme Bulls Ride Hard Tour. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
Every weekend, ESPN Classic picks one sport. I don't believe it! And gives you a full day of classic action. This weekend, it's our sumo wrestling marathon. Sunday at 1 Eastern, only on ESPN Classic.
The Indianapolis Colts have won their first Super Bowl.
Touchdown, Calvin Hayes!
Relive all the thrills with Sports Illustrated and this NFL Films DVD, the Indianapolis Colts Super Bowl 41 champions. Plus, this hardcover commemorative book captures the Colts' incredible season through SI's famous writing and photography. Go to SIIndieoffer.com or call now to get both free with your paid subscription to SI. 56 issues for only $1.75 an issue. Save over 55% off the cover price. Use your credit card and get this collectible football honoring the champion Colts. It features scores from the entire season and includes a display stand and certificate of authenticity. Celebrate the Colts' unforgettable victory with the official Super Bowl DVD, the SI commemorative book, and the exclusive football. This limited championship package is only available from Sports Illustrated.
Call 1-800-452-2500 now or go online to SIIndieoffer.com.
World champion!
Now, Life Alert can also protect you in a fire emergency. Whether it's fire danger, a serious fall, or other type of emergency, Life Alert is there for you.
Thanks to Life Alert, you can live alone without ever being alone. And that's why I wear one.
All senior citizens should have Life Alert.
Please call 1-800-754-0077 for free information about Life Alert, or visit us on the web at the address on your screen.
Carolyn Cremins, the wife of Georgia Tech head coach Bobby Cremins, keeping the faith with 38 seconds to play. The Yellow Jackets trail it by 2. Each team now with 2 timeouts remaining, and the possession arrow favors Michigan State. Greg Gumbel along with Quinn Buckner. Game 1 tonight saw Minnesota defeat Syracuse. Michigan State trying to continue to carry the Big Ten banner against Georgia Tech.
You can bet they're going to try to get the ball in the hands of Steve Smith.
Out of bounds to Michigan State. And hitting the deck hard was Carl Brown.
Judd Heathcote knows that's a chance that they got back because they should have been able to come up with a steal on that one.
Stanginga draws the foul from Brown. Boy, Brown is one tough defensive player. He has been on the floor a number of times tonight.
3 times, and there was no time run off, 1 second off the clock. He hit the floor 3 times.
35 seconds to play. And there's a foul call, and that one will go against Brian Oliver, trying to keep up with Steve Smith. And we're in the 1-and-1 situation for Smith.
Well, that's something Bobby Cremins definitely didn't want. He doesn't want to foul him. One of the toughest passes to get is the inbounds pass, so you want to put as much pressure on the team as you can with that. Instead, Bobby Cremins allows Michigan State to get your 1-and-1 shot.
Just before the opening tip, we said if Michigan State was going to make any noise here tonight, Steve Smith would have to have a big game, and he has had that.
He's done that. They've had the tempo very much where they wanted to, Greg, because for Georgia Tech, they want to score in the 80s. You see, they have 69 points.
28 points for Steve Smith, 12 for 20 from the field, 4 rebounds, 6 assists.
It says nothing for the savvy, his ability to bring the rest of his players together. He's done a great job with that as well.
73-69, Michigan State as we approach half a minute to play. Anderson inside, off the glass, got the bucket, and Georgia Tech will call timeout. 25 seconds to play. It's a 2-point game. Michigan State on top, and we'll be back.
Every Saturday night at 8, classic ringside. Next up, George Foreman, inside his legendary career.
I was so overconfident. It took me years to get over that.
Classic ringside, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic. On March 30th,
hit it, fellas.
The comedy event of the spring arrives with Meet the Robinsons.
I've got the caffeine patch. You can stay awake for days with no side effects. Ah! Sorry.
And the future of 3D begins with Disney Digital 3D.
Watch out.
Stop laughing.
Stop laughing.
Get ready for a movie experience so real, you'll feel like you're actually in it.
Why aren't you seizing the boy?
Meet the Robinsons. Rated G. Starts March 30th and in select theaters in Disney Digital 3D.
Nominated for 5 Academy Awards, Blood Diamond is spectacular.
Where is my son?
And undeniably gripping. Academy Award nominee Leonardo DiCaprio and John Hansu. Blood Diamond on a Tuesday on DVD.
It was my worst nightmare. I was away on business and my wife called. Someone had broken into our house. We got lucky. They just wanted our things. What if the guy had still been there? I've never felt so helpless. I called ADT the very next day.
Don't take chances. Take control. A single system from ADT can help protect your home and loved ones from harm. And now save up to $200 on an ADT protection package. ADT's trained professionals help watch out for your home 24/7. And in case of an emergency, you can talk to ADT on the spot. Only ADT has a network of interconnected monitoring centers, helping provide protection from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. And only ADT gives you peace of mind with a theft protection guarantee. And you may even save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. So protect your loved ones now and save up to $200 on an ADT protection package.
Protecting my family is the best investment I ever made.
ADT, always there.
25 seconds to play here in New Orleans. Michigan State with the lead by 2 over Georgia Tech. It has been a tenacious battle since the early going. And the Superdome crowd has loved every moment of it. Tech with 1 timeout remaining, Michigan State with 2. And should the ball be tied up, it'll go to Michigan State. Ball State and Nevada, Las Vegas coming up at the conclusion of this game. Stanginga.
They got a foul now. Now you got to get to somebody and foul him.
And Smith across the line. We're down to 15 seconds.
Foul the freshman.
Into the corner. And that's exactly what happened. Dwayne Stevens, the 6'7" freshman from Ferndale, Michigan, will go to the line. This is Judd Heathcote in the white. Is that called tasting victory? Well, maybe praying for victory at this point.
Well, she knows that there's still a lot of time left in this game, and I thought Georgia Tech did the right thing. You got to foul the freshman if you can. Now, I'm sure if Bobby Cremins had it to spare, he'd like to call a timeout to try to ice him.
Dwayne Stevens steps to the line, a 61% free throw shooter on the year. Nevada, Las Vegas. 8 points up on Ball State.
Boy, the freshman shot that one right down, and now he's trying to get everybody to cheer. Knocked him right down.
I got Oliver. I got the rebound.
Free throws by the freshman with 13 seconds to play, and Michigan State in the lead 75-71.
Tuesday nights are for wheels as the world's coolest classic cars go on the block. At the RM Classic Car Auction, it's a weekly get-together of who's checking out what's what.
It's got tan seats. That's delicious.
The bids are in.
It's slipping away, sir.
And the wallets are open.
$5,100,000 sold!
Bring a fistful of dollars and you'll have fun.
The RM Classic Car Auction. All new episodes starting March 27th only on ESPN Classic.
If you owe taxes or are facing an IRS lien or wage garnishment, here's important news for you. Now there's a new program that will immediately end wage garnishments, remove IRS liens, and eliminate IRS tax penalties. Call right now to enroll in the Rapid Relief Program from Advantage Tax Resolution and have your tax liabilities reduced by up to 90%.
Hi, I'm Corbin Burnson for Advantage Tax Resolution. You know, tax problems can strike at any time, even if you've done nothing wrong. Advantage Tax Resolution was founded to help people just like you resolve your tax problems permanently.
I'd never been able to take on the IRS myself, but I got help. I had my tax lien removed and my debt reduced 90%.
Call right now to enroll in the new Rapid Relief Tax Resolution Program.
It's the last call you'll need to make about your taxes.
There's no better time to remove wage garnishments or eliminate tax liens and penalties. Call 1-800-598-3960 right now.
They wear the school colors for a few fleeting years, leave behind moments we'll always remember, and take with them the spirit to excel in all they do. That's why the NCAA corporate family provides scholarships, sponsors youth programs, and supports all 23 NCAA sports. They know that while the excitement of college sports is shown in moments, the value lasts a lifetime.
Remaining for each team. 75-71 Michigan State, and that last timeout, Quinn, was called by Judd Heathcote.
Well, he wants to tell his team that there's certain people you got to be aware of. He does not want a three-pointer taken, so you've got to watch out for Scott as well as Oliver. But you know Kenny Anderson's got the ball, so he creates a lot of different problems. He also wants to be prepared, if necessary, not to have to take a timeout to get the ball inbound. So he got his team over and called a timeout. It obviously gives Judd a chance to do that, but also gives Bobby Cremins a chance to tell his team what he wants to do on the offensive end.
28 victories, a school record for Michigan State this season. They're looking for number 29. Smith pressuring Anderson on the inbound. He comes in a hurry. Down the lane, lays it out, and a timeout is called. 6 seconds to play, and Kenny Anderson was like a dart. And Georgia Tech burns its final timeout. Beverly Heathcote holds her head, and Bobby Cremins will go to work. We'll be back.
Now there's one place where we can easily record and watch our favorite HD TV shows, organize digital music, plus movies and photos. And we don't need these anymore. We manage everything right here.
Together, Windows Vista Home Premium and HP Technology create new ways to enjoy your personal media. The HP Pavilion DV6000T notebook with Intel Centrino Duo Mobile technology is just $899.99. Call 1-800-525-MyHP.
On the NBA hardwood, he had mad skills. But does Clyde Drexler have game on the dance floor?
Left,
back.
I already stepped on her foot.
Dancing with the Stars returns tonight, 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
Tonight on ESPN Classic. At 9, it's the 2005 U.S. Poker Championship. At 10, Who's Number 1 counts down the greatest NCAA Tournament buzzer beaters. And at 11, hold on tight, it's the Extreme Bulls Ride Hard Tour. It's all tonight on ESPN Classic.
Would you like to double, triple, or even quadruple your income and eliminate your credit card debt?
I make $5,000 a month in residual income.
Income is at a six-figure income. I'll be making over $8,000 a month this month.
Our first month, we made over $3,000 right out of the gate.
Thousands of people are getting started by requesting a free DVD that shows them the way to financial freedom. Like Trina, a soccer mom who started her home-based business part-time and with the help of a mentor made $30,000 the first year and $130,000 the next. Or Brandy, who has now become financially secure and is living the American dream.
The free DVD really opened my eyes.
We made over $18,000 last month.
And there's no experience necessary. Our DVD shows how a mentor works with you to assure your success.
Go to 4getmoney.com and get started today and respond now while this is still a free service. Go to 4getmoney.com. That's 4getmoney.com. 4getmoney.com.
Welcome back to New Orleans, everyone. Michigan State 6 seconds away from victory and advancing to the Southeast Regional Final here in New Orleans Sunday afternoon. Michigan State has the only timeout remaining. Look for a quick Georgia Tech foul on the inbounds here. Smith is fouled, and they lose a second off the clock.
Well, they got to Smith, the person that they would love this foul, and Judd Heathcote knew it, was Redfield. So you have him take the ball out of bounds to keep him away from catching the ball. But you got your shooter on the line when you get Steve Smith. That's who Judd Heathcote wants. That's not who Bobby Cremins would like to see on the line, I'm sure.
Malcolm Mackey up off of the Georgia Tech bench and into the game.
Got Mackey in, try to get the rebound so they can make sure they get it and get it up court.
75-73. These are big free throws. Smith looking at a 1-and-1. He is 3 for 3 from the line tonight. 29 points. And just a huge performance. Missed it. Here comes Anderson. 2 seconds at the buzzer. It counts! One official says 3, another said a 2.
They got it as a 3-pointer. That's the game. Clarkerty had both hands up and called it a 3-pointer.
I'm sure I saw official Charlie Range signal a 2. And he is the man over by the scorer's table right now. A 2-pointer.
Well, they're going to call it a 2-pointer, and you look like you're going into overtime, but you got to say the momentum looks like it's favoring Georgia Tech. They don't want to waste it down there on the floor. Well, Kenny Anderson, right here, Steve Smith almost gets a hand on it and knocks it away from him, but somehow he keeps control of it, gets back, and he would prefer to go left. And you'll see clearly his right foot is on the line. The official made the right call.
The official, Charlie Range, at the bottom of your screen from Fremont, California, had the perfect view. Now that's John Clarkerty trying to convince Bobby Cremins that the call is correct.
And there's no question about what we just saw, Greg. The call is correct. Now it's time for everybody to regroup. Bobby Cremins did a good job coming back.
We'll regroup and come right back for overtime in just a moment.
ESPN Classics, putting your weekends over the top with Classic Weekend Marathons. Every weekend, Classic picks one sport.
I don't believe it!
And gives you a full day of Classic action. From shooting stars to Classic cars, 10 pins to last-second wins.
No good!
It's all good every weekend when ESPN Classic ups the ante with Classic Weekend Marathons. This weekend, it's our Sumo Wrestling Marathon. Sunday at 1 Eastern, only on ESPN Classic.
This is much better than the last sports bar.
Yes, this is much better than the last sports bar.
Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Please enjoy Guinness Draft responsibly.
So easy to turn, so easy to handle. It almost drives itself. But it's not just about mowing the lawn. It's also about owning a John Deere. Easy Track, the newest John Deere.
Homeowners, want to refinance and get cash? Countrywide has a great reason to do it now. A no-cost refi. It has no points, no application fees, no credit reporting fee, and no third-party fees, no title, escrow, or appraisal fees. Absolutely no closing costs. So you wind up with a lot more cash. Call now and ask for a no-cost refi. We're America's #1 home loan lender, and no one can do what Countrywide can. Call 1-800-641-8408.
Matt Risley is all about motorcycles, riding them, talking about them, working on them. Matt is a professional motorcycle technician, and life is good.
I love it. I absolutely love what I do.
Matt is living his dream. You can too, with training from Motorcycle Mechanics Institute. In as little as 1 year, you could be earning a great living, doing what you love to do.
They taught me all the basic skills to get into the business.
And at MMI, our industry relationships mean you'll train on the bikes you love to ride. BMW, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Harley-Davidson. By learning on today's motorcycles with industry-specific diagnostic equipment, you'll be in high demand after you graduate.
Life with me is cool right now. I've got lots of awesome toys and a job I really like.
Are you ready to live your dream? Call right now. Start your new career today. Motorcycle Mechanics Institute.
At the buzzer, Kenny Anderson of Georgia Tech hit this shot. His foot on the three-point line, and this is a 2, and ties the game at 75. And so we begin the 5-minute overtime period. Bobby Cremins thought he had a win.
Bobby's not quite sure what he's got. He's trying to figure out what's going on. He's still trying to figure. Look at him.
Officials made the correct call. Judd Heathcote will now work on another 5 minutes.
We're going into a game, into an overtime. It's typically the team that comes back that has momentum going in their favor. So you would think that Georgia Tech should have that momentum right now.
Kenny Anderson with 29 points. In charge of the offense. Finds McNeil, fouled, and he'll shoot 2. Stanginga committing the foul. That's 4 on Stanginga.
Well, McNeil has the shot, but I'll tell you what, it's still Kenny Anderson. I mean, he's starting to draw so much attention, and that's when he's at his best. When he's scoring points, he's one of those point guards that when he scores points, he can open it up for everybody else. There's some point guards, when they start scoring, they want to continue to shoot, and they don't look for people. That time, that was a good find by Anderson.
Johnny McNeil, 6'9" senior out of High Point, North Carolina, a 76% free throw shooter. 11 points, 5 rebounds on the night. And now 4 for 4 from the line in this game. McNeil will take a seat on the bench. Carl Brown comes in.
They want defense in the game. Carl Brown is their best defensive player. They got him this point. He's going to be on Redfield. They're going to let Brian Oliver guard Steve Smith.
Look for Steve Smith to eventually end up with the basketball. He's the man the Spartans have turned to all night, and he has delivered.
This is where he'll take you one-on-one.
Has Oliver in the air. Puts it up. No. Loose ball. Dennis Scott. Good move, good shot by Smith. It just didn't fall. As we approach 4 minutes to play in the overtime. Bobby Cremins calls out a play from the bench, and Brian Oliver passes it on to the rest of the team.
Oh, good play.
Scott. A head foul will go against Ken Redfield.
Call a good play because you get the ball in your shooter's hand and he gets a chance to look at the basket. He just ran a little pick and nobody came out on one of the leading scorers in the country, Dennis Scott. He missed it, but Mackey able to get it and now looking at shooting foul shots.
4 fouls on Ken Redfield. the best defensive player Michigan State has on the court. Here is Mackey, the freshman, who only shoots 47%. Still a 2-point lead for Georgia Tech. Coming up on 3.5 to play in the overtime. Oliver still on Smith.
That's a good one. It's a good matchup, but they can be patient. The thing about Steve Smith, you can't keep him from getting the ball because as a rule, he'll dribble it down if he has to.
Although Oliver has been doing his best. Here's Smith. Shot clock down to 11.
He'll set you up and kind of shake you slow.
3-point attempt.
So he'll shake you slow, and if you don't come, he'll just stay right there.
32 for Smith. Michigan State by 1. And 2:50 to play. Offensive foul on Brian Oliver.
Foul on the Yellow Jackets, number 13, Brian Oliver. That's his second personal 7.
Judd Heathcote wants a foul called, no whistle forthcoming.
Gotta be careful getting in that corner because you can get trapped.
Almost did. Stevens all the way across court. Redfield open. And missed it.
Out of bounds. He was out of bounds.
And Smith threw that up and went in, but it didn't count.
There was no question about it. He had gone out of bounds, and he tried to get back in, never got there in time.
The Louisiana Superdome here in New Orleans. Game 2 of the Southeast Regional Semifinals. We have 1:55 to play in overtime. Michigan State leading by 1, and now it's Georgia Tech leading by 1. As Kenny Anderson delivers another 2 points, 31 on the night.
Young fella says, get on my back, I'm going to carry you home.
79-78 Yellow Jackets. ACC champion Georgia Tech, Big Ten champion Michigan State.
If I'm Georgia Tech, I run somebody at Steve Smith just to get it out of his hands.
Stevens, partially blocked by McNeil.
Not so much that it was blocked. That was a freshman shot. He had no height on it at all because if he does, he gets it over the hand. He shot that flat.
Anderson, fouled by Montgomery, and that'll be 5 on Montgomery. Mark Montgomery checks out with 5 points and 2 assists in a pretty good floor game. That's what happened earlier this evening. Loyola Marymount squeaking past Alabama. Minnesota beating Syracuse here in New Orleans. And UNLV and Ball State are still playing it in the second half. Number 10, Kirk Mange, onto the floor. And Kenny Anderson steps to the line. 31 points, 5 assists. And this is his first free throw. That's a big miss.
Yeah, that is a big miss. It's a chance to put it possibly at a 3-point lead, but there's still plenty of time.
55 seconds. Mans almost lost it out of bounds.
Well, Kenny Anderson's on him, and that's tough for Mans. He's coming off the bench. Kenny Anderson is in the groove. Mans is nowhere near in the flow here.
45 for the game, 22 on the shot clock.
He'll take it.
Smith battered away by Dennis Scott. Reclaimed, and they're tied up.
Looked like it's Michigan State's ball.
It is Michigan State's ball. With 32 seconds to play. And Judd Heathcote wants timeout. 32 seconds to play. What a dandy here in New Orleans.
Okay, me in a nutshell, I am single, sassy, and spicy. Caliente!
Tired of bad dates? At eHarmony, we'll connect you with singles pre-screened for compatibility with you. Log on for your free personality profile.
Huh. Calories
provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
Blood Diamond, Tuesday on DVD.
Imagine getting a 4-star hotel at a 2-star price. You can at Hotwire.com. How do we do it? When 3- and 4-star hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them, so you get them at prices lower than any other travel site, guaranteed. Like 4 stars in San Francisco, Travelocity price $219, Hotwire price just $102. Why risk paying more when Hotwire gets you unsold rooms at deep discounts? Save big at Hotwire.com. 4-star hotels, 2-star prices.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
Closed captioning for selective programming has been brought to you by The Game in 310.
It's back.
Oh, look at that!
The legendary American Gladiators, coming Saturday, March 31st to ESPN Classic. Every Saturday night at 8, Classic Ringside.
I shook up the world!
Studio host Brian Kenny, Bert Sugar, and boxing experts reveal the real story behind the greatest fights.
Down goes Frazier!
And fighters of all time.
We are going to do this one more time.
Next up, George Foreman, inside his legendary career.
I was so overconfident. It took me years to get over that.
Classic Ringside, George Foreman, 8 p.m. Saturday, only on ESPN Classic.
A Kenny Anderson jumper at the buzzer ending regulation time sent this game to overtime, and we are 1 point apart with 32 seconds to play. Each team with a timeout remaining, and Beverly Heathcote in the white jacket on the edge of her chair.
Yeah, she's taking the side here, hoping that State can pull this game out.
No shot clock in effect.
He'll shoot
Man's
for three.
No, tap no good. Up again, and the foul is called. If that foul is on McNeil, that's 5. And it's on McNeil.
Well, they have to get Mackey back in the game. McNeil had done a good job inside there. He had to play most of the game without Mackey, who normally plays inside with him. But they come in now with a shot blocker and Mackey, and someone who also can get rebounds.
McNeil with 12 points, 6 rebounds tonight, and that will send the freshman Dwayne Stevens to the line.
He drained the 2 he took before. He had a chance to, to miss something before. He drained those. He took a tough jump shot, but the free throws he's made.
Mackey into the line. Stevens 2 for 2 from the line, 8 points, 5 boards, and that's not a bad tournament outing for a freshman. But then again, there's Kenny Anderson.
Well, we got this freshman here, and he's had a great game. But Kenny Anderson has clearly been the show for Georgia Tech. That ball leaves his hand, and he's just confident as he can be about making the shot. And that's a freshman.
Tie game at 79. Tremendous calm and poise at the free throw line. Michigan State leads by 1 as we approach the 15-second mark.
They're going to try to get to Dennis Scott and let him just take it in there.
Scott inside and hits. 7 seconds. A 1-point Georgia Tech lead, and timeout is called. The basket that put Georgia Tech on top as time runs down here in the overtime. Dennis Scott makes the move to the hoop, and then Michigan State makes a mistake, Quinn.
Well, they really do. The ball goes through the net. It's 8 seconds, and right here you get the ball, you throw it, and watch Steve Smith. I mean, he's walking up court, and he loses 3 seconds instead of just taking a timeout. I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. You've got to call a timeout immediately. Find your coach and let him tell you, what do you want? You want a timeout or you want me to push it up? That time Steve Smith didn't look up.
And Judd Heathcote desperately calling for a timeout and finally gets it, but he's lost 3 seconds on the clock. And now Georgia Tech has called a timeout. West semifinals, 34 seconds remain in Oakland, and Ball State has closed to within 3 of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Well, the Cardinals are hanging right in there. They got Paris McCurdy, they're in there. Vegas is such a good basketball team that you've got to wonder about them. I mean, they're scary. I watched them this year, and they go on rolls where they'll get 15-2 runs and like a batting an eye.
And the winner there, of course, meets Loyola Marymount in the West Regional Final in Oakland on Sunday. Game 2 of our doubleheader will be preceded by the winner of this game against the Minnesota Golden Gophers, who knocked off Syracuse earlier this evening here in the Superdome.
Now, Bobby Cremins has got to tell his tech team, you make Michigan State get the ball in front of you, and then don't foul. Whatever you do, don't foul. And if you can, get it out of Steve Smith's hand. I would let anybody else on the team beat me but Steve Smith.
The University of Connecticut Huskies will testify that miracles do happen in less time than this. Smith in the backcourt, awaiting and hoping for the inbounds pass. Staying out, Redfield, Dwayne Stevens, and Kirk Mann's also on the court. Here we go. Redfield launches the three-pointer.